Hello! Welcome to another legendary no-death Skyrim stream. Still not dead, somehow. Today, well, here's the thing. Still snowed in. Even though I normally do these streams on... Well, I might not be able to get around to it this Sunday. Still snowed in. I'd rather make something that's, content-wise instead of just talking about, giving like an update or such. And so yeah, still snowed in. And just the times that I've had with class and whatever haven't been conducive to making those videos. But just the workload I had this particular week and into week, so Monday, Tuesday was kind of eh. Either way, I figured I'd do this one now, this stream, because it's a bit of a slog and grind work that I have to do right now, and I figured it's probably... I didn't want to wait around, especially if I didn't get to do it this Sunday. Good to see you, dear. Thanks. Especially if I didn't, get to do it this Sunday, I didn't want to have to wait around to just put in some grind work. Anyway, the main thing I want to do now is transfer all of my here. Get into my good suit. I'm transferring a bunch of stuff into the cellar. I can smith here safely. Smithing outside's really danger when you're playing Skyrim normally, but here I have to think about, stray arrows. And a giant or bandit raid coming up and attacking me at some random point. So I was actually thinking I'd make a few things with containers, some chests, nails, locks, hinges, iron fittings up there, and see what I can make down here. Obviously, I'm going to need more iron ingots. Question is whether or not I'll actually make them out of iron ore or I'll buy them from the blacksmiths. Probably going to just buy them from the blacksmiths. I don't have to worry, iron ore is far more valuable for leveling alteration and just in general use for smithing, but with being able to make gold ingots out of it to make golden jewelry, and silver ditto. I'm gonna grab at most 2 corundum ingots just in case I want to make 2 locks. I think I'll probably make 1, but isn't gonna hurt as much. Goat horns. We got goat horns. We do. I'll move them in later. Definitely need some better lighting around there, though. I'll do more iron. Save some ingots just in case, barrels and such. I want to level smith point where
What did you need?
Right now I can only do stuff with building materials and jewelry, which is most of what I want to do anyway, but still probably best to have more that I can do than just that. Table. definitely plenty I can still do. And probably going to put that smeltery in, but I don't know. It takes up a lot of space. I'd actually not put that in here. I'm not going to be... I have the smeltery up there, and I don't need to get out of anything to actually do so. Plus, I usually just use the smeltery in some other town anyway. It saves on weight. Definitely need more lighting in here, though. Either here or here. Probably right here. Easy access to grindstone, forge, armorer's bench. Here's where I'll place all the raw materials for making things, including some gold and silver ores. That way. Since I've been here a while, I'm not gonna putz around with grabbing. I'm gonna grab everything. You know what? I'll even grab materials for building internal components. I'm gonna move very slowly, but that shouldn't be as much of a problem, given that nothing is attacked. And if it does, it's a very safe place to just toss everything down. Would have been useful to have those Grand Soul gems in the inventory, huh? From well, rest of this can probably stay. Yeah, I'll just, yeah, it's probably fine to muffle. You see, this is why I didn't want to wait till Sunday, or even... Not gonna be fun. Be like, ah, yes, the long-awaited return of the series. You know, I didn't want to have to wait this long just to grind out stuff. Moving this slowly is never fun. But not fun. Did I put a Grand Soul Gem in just by accident? No, didn't. Good. I don't want to lose track of those. Those are quite valuable. And I'll keep the iron ore in the inventory. All nice and transferred. What's still... Ah, yes. Actually, I'll put the gear up in this knapsack. Keeps it nice and tidy. I don't want to have to be looking around like, okay, which silver ring is... So yeah. That one. That. Especially since I illusion. I didn't think about that too much. Now, what is still weighing me down is the question. The iron ore, yeah. Alright, so. Here's the plan. Going to make a bunch of amethyst rings first, or whatever works best with this. I just realized there is a bit of a reason to have a smeltery in here. Kinda, I suppose. Easier to do the transmute and smelting work, but we'll see. I'm gonna do nice and tidy right up here. Grab the silver ingots and a silver ore. Nice. We are going to have to, when we do the transmutations, drop the silver ore. So, and I don't have any fortify alteration gear anyway. Do I? I know I have fortify illusion somewhere. No, I do not. Well, either way, what I'll do in the meantime, waiting for this to work, is to grab take a look at what I need for Shrine of Akatosh, Kinnereth. Kinnereth I can do now. Mara I think I could also do. I think I can get more or less all of these. Now that I think I have 6,
Yes. What did you need?
what I can do, them up, and I can drop them all in unison. Which I'm going to do as well. Grab a bunch of assorted equipment. I should have done this in a different order, but it is what it is. I need the flawless sapphire. Yeah, definitely should have done this in a different order than I actually did. But hey, takes care of some things. No one said it had to be perfect. Hey, alteration increase, that's nice. And iron. wait, hold on. Almost made an error. The iron I'll do later, as I said. Much easier to do it that way. It is what it is. I'll do it in stages, you know. Cut down on a little weight here, a little weight there. Right now I'm just trying to transmute stuff anyway, so doesn't matter too much. I'm kind of stuck waiting for a timer anyway, so it doesn't matter that much what I do in the meantime. Yeah, somewhere, and efficiency might matter a little bit, but I'm not. So we're at 311. At the point where I can actually move easily if I drop my silver ore. So that's convenient. Do one more. And then since we have the gold, can look into what I can for that. You know, it's not going to fit in evenly, so I'll just use I realized I had 7, which did not fit in evenly, although I do think I have a gold there. It does fit in evenly, but oh well. At this point. This is what I get for having 600 health. But yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with the audio. That's, you know. Hopefully I can find a solution to it at some point, but I don't really know, to be honest. So wait, what do we need? What do we need? We need flawless amethyst, corundum ingot, fine malachite,
What did you need?
steel ingot, quicksilver. Flawless amethyst, steel ingot, quicksilver, malachite. Now just muffle with whatever I've got. So, flawless amethyst. Quicksilver, 2 malachite, and a steel ingot, if I recall. I may be messing up there, but I think that's what it required. Corundum. Knew there was something I was missing. That would have taken too much time. Nice and completed. So what's Kinrith do? Stamina. Magicka. Fortified Speechcraft. Standard, I think, is blocking. Yep. Archay is health. Akatosh, Magicka regen? Mara Resto? Question mark. Talos' Shouts. I know that one. They all have a thing that they're associated with, and Zenithar is Barter. Was slightly hoping that the one with the anvil would help with smithing, but sadly no. So I'm gonna silver ingots. And now we're gonna go down, grab the gold, grab probably most of the gems, and see what's the most we can make. Have some spare perk points. The thing at the earliest convenience just to... Oh, and we can also... Oh, we already did. Can also probably look into raiding some dwarven spot. Maybe. I tend to prefer actually not to do any improvements on the bows until I have a very decently high smithing skill, because the bows sell for quite a bit. But we'll see. Oh, so it was... I did have two. And let's grab the amethyst. Everything flawless. Garnets, rubies, sapphires, all the gems, diamond. Because it's the same item whether you smithed it at level 1 versus level however many. So that should... Actually, no. Silver jeweled necklace. That gets things done pretty well. And plus, the other thing is that I would like to go advanced armors, because, and maybe even glass smithing, Because those are all incredibly valuable when you upgrade existing items. It can be a little costly to produce themselves, but it just takes one malachite, moonstone, quicksilver, corundum, whatever, to upgrade them at a grindstone or bench. Value added thing. Now that I'm paying Florentius out the nose for restoration lessons, that's really helpful. Also, hi, Sparky. How are you today? Hold on. Just in case my
Yes. What did you need?
I can indeed type, but it's quite the reach. I may have been breathing into my mic there, but honestly, with how this thing cuts out, who knows? I can't blame the mic. It's probably something internal with. I haven't been able to figure out what, but it seems hardware related, which is makes me sad. Fills me with great sadness. Now I think about it, I could probably use these nails for some good. Somewhere. It is a questions, please ask away. I've got nothing better to do. Very much have nothing better to do. Which reminds me, muffling time. That's nice. What's my carry weight at? Still fairly high. What did I grab that I shouldn't have? Oh. It's all the necklaces and jewelry that I made that needs to go into this satchel. And this. It is time. I put on the illusion stuff. That should help quite a bit. Could also feasibly do is put some perk points temporarily to get rid of, just to get to adept, but I don't currently have that ability. I'm a perk point short. Doesn't help that I also currently have the Atronach Stone enabled. Remove that at some point. But that would be just temporary. I'm not sure I want to do something temporary like that and then have to go reapply it. I could, because if I I think about it, the Atronach stone is right over here, which run a wind helm, and I can get it reset with the. That's what I'll do. Actually, I am going to drop it for a little bit, not for long, but just a little. Need to remember though to put it back on for combat purposes. I do not want to be caught out in the open without that. Is there another person here? Thought I saw move. No. That one chick hasn't respawned. I'm gonna select the Mage Stone, because that should help a lot with the leveling of illusion, and it should help quite a bit when it comes to leveling enchanting as well. Probably alteration and any of those other skills that I want to try and level up. Although I don't know how many of those I can level without putting myself in danger. So we'll have to see. Alchemy ingredients. Alright. Time to put on the apparel and get to work. I think the Mage's Circlet's probably going to actually be better. I got a feeling it is. It's not. At least I don't think it is. Here's why. 16 plus 16 plus 16 is 48. Plus 13 is 61. That 13% is past the 50% threshold.
Yes, love.
Almost 50% to almost 60 something percent. So from almost a half reduction to almost a 2/3 reduction. Recall it is still worse, but not by much. You would think, 70 points of magicka, that almost doubles my magicka pool, versus 13% less. You would think the 70% is always going to be, more. Magicka pool would result in double the amount of casts, roughly. That's just not how it works. It's 70% more casts with nothing on the head, but the 13% is really hard to wrap your head around because it's adding on top of the reduction. So it's, especially if it was something like, I had 65% and an addition. That's actually, how much it reduces the cost. They did something weird and wonky with these calculations, I swear, man. Look at some of these. Oh, that's useless. As is that. I want to see if there's anything. Yeah, I should be able to also increase enchanting. Let's do that. Because that should get me to the threshold of add. Will then make things much, much, much easier. Petty soul gem. Archery or carry weight. Carry weights, anything better than that? Very doubtful. Quickly. Shocks me as a big number. Carry weight's probably the best. Never making enchanting or alchemy legendary. That is the those two skills skills in Skyrim that are just not worth it to make legendary. Especially, you might as well call those actively trying to, with the price of a button, I could potentially just turn my character into combat whatsoever. It does not have the It's one thing with enchanting and alchemy. I don't understand why anyone would make archery or one-handed or any of their true combat or armor skills legendary. That's just it's a bad idea. You could argue at a certain point harder for alchemy, but easier to justify for smithing, less easy to justify for enchanting, and certainly not for alchemy, because those are all still useful at endgame to varying degrees. I didn't click it, darn. Getting close. In fact, I think I'll do the enchanting work. And then put... Oh, wrong one. Oh, that shouldn't be in there. And you know what? Let's do these with common. Why not? Got plenty of commons. They weigh quite a bit. I'm going to, hold on. Level up. I'm still not comfortable with 600. I'll be comfortable at... Maybe not even that, but certainly... I don't think there's anything that can one-shot you with 1,000 health. Even on Legendary. Even without armor. It's just not something that occurs. What I'm going to do now is... This is getting reset back to... that's getting made Legendary like the moment it can be. So once it hits, it'll be made Legendary. This is the ones that are out to be sold. And actually, did you... Hey, Janessa. I have trash to sell you. How much do I got? Should probably put some of this stuff down. Maybe I could just free up space by putting down the filled soul gems. I can. Nice. Oh, there she is.
Yes, take a look.
Ebony ingot? Ooh. Things, actually. All rather convenient. Keep that, Shanessa. Keep that, my goodness. Anything good in terms of stuff I can disenchant? Maybe for some other time. I definitely have that enchantment because it's currently on my gloves. Now that I think about it. I think I'm.
It has. Here, this is your heart, love. I'll be here.
Let's check the alchemy station. Do I even have that unlocked? There's definitely some things I need to do. I'll go talk to the one, some smith.
Yes,
I think down in here, notably, something. Yeah, I know I grabbed an ebony ingot. Not quite at the point where I
Yes? What did you need?
is what it is.
yes.
So I do have. I'm just checking to see if I put anything anywhere. Oftentimes, yeah, I use stuff around here for storage of stuff like scrolls or enchanted gear. should definitely put my alchemy ingredients down somewhere. Or have I already? I'll put them in the strong box here. Especially with my current carry weight. Yeah. To store as much as I can in my home. Saves room for other stuff. The only thing in the illusion skill tree I might want is quiet casting. But that's a 3 perk point investment in a skill that is probably going to be my go-to for grinding. So when I've tried it, it's been very hit or miss. A lot of times you don't have it equipped, but it's something that's useful in there.
Good to see you, dear. Yes,
If my next perk point, which I'll probably get pretty soon, level 53, I'll probably put it into enchanting to get that one. Need another one. Armor. Huh? I could have sworn that was just weapons. Unless I thought that was just for weapons. I was about to say, I don't need this. Huh. Actually, look that up. Hold on. Did I go crazy? Hold up. Nope. Weapons and armor. Looked it up straight from the wiki. I had never noticed that. Despite playing so long. Never noticed. And I assume that means fire resistance and shock resistance, which are very important. Probably be able to put fire resist and have the slot free for something, you know, instead of having to put it on. I still have to theory craft what the armor I'm going to be wearing is going to be. What belongs where. It all depends on the values I'm seeing. I may even take an enchanting potion just to look at values and write them down. Not even enchant anything. That's pretty cheap anyway. Snowberries and something? Snowberries and something. Spriggan sap, or there's another one that's really common. I'm just blanking on it. I think. Which aren't exactly rare ingredients. So I'll probably even take one just to write the values down and figure out what's the best combination to get as close within reason to some of the caps. And what I mean by that is it does not make sense for me to say I have, it's capped I think at 80% magic resist, 80% of individual magic resists, and something along those lines. Or is it 85? What are the hard caps on magic resist? Let me look this up as I left click. Because this is the time to work out. It's an 80 or 85% cap, 5% elemental resistance, point however many percent resistance for a single element. The question is, what's the values I'm going to be looking at? How many enchantments do I need to commit to get as close to that cap as possible? I'm debating whether it's right to go over or live with less. Probably on MR, I want that cap. I want that cap at 100, or at 85%, as high as it'll go. And I'm willing to throw as many pieces of equipment at that goal as possible. Should be relatively easy considering Agent of Mara plus perks. Which I should get one of those. I do think that actually just factors in flat out. Because it depends. That so many of these things are so arbitrary, you have to actually look them up. It says it blocks 10% of a spell's effects. Well, does it block 10% of a spell's effects factoring into the magic resistance total you already have? Or does it just block 10% of a spell's effects? Not factoring into that total. That's the difference between if you have 75% magic resistance, that brings it up to 80%, 85%, which is more than halves the amount of damage you would take, versus just a flat 10% takes away 10%. It's the difference between it's a PEMDAS thing. It's the difference between like where the parentheses are in the calculations. You'll get vastly different answers. Both are still helpful, but you get different answers depending on where the parentheses fall. Is it 75 plus 10 parentheses? And that's 5. And then whatever that value factors in as by 10%. I am indeed a forehead. Yeah. Hello, Merlin. My brain is just... I probably spend more time thinking about calculations in Skyrim, a video game, trying not to die, which is explicitly something you are allowed to do in the game, than I do in most college classes. Sparky, why not? I got a 4-head. Some might even say it's a 5-head. I give Merlin free reign to call me a 4-head. As it is, I'm just sitting here clicking buttons. Seeing numbers go up on a screen. This chat's great. Alright. I wish I could estimate how long this is going to take to get up to, crab rave on your corpse. Never change. Either of you, never change. I wish I could do like a calculation that told me how much I needed to do for that, but alas, no. The shield's just there to, like, I don't know. Why not? I definitely need more perk points, that's for sure. I had so many things that were just so deficient. And what's the next quest I want to do? I'm actually not sure about that. probably actually it's best to do revealing the unseen. It's about time I did the Mages Guild quest in its entirety. Finish that up. Up. Remove. Let's see, there was... I need... In fact, that would be... Need a one. Need a point here to... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ay, ay, ay. I think I'm going to count that right now. 8, 9, maybe 10. Who knows? Maybe even 11, 12. I don't. I'm so deficient in some of these. Ay, ay, ay. I need so many more perk points. It's not even funny. I do want to focus on ones like the enchanting ones first. Anything to do with alchemy, all that stuff, because that'll actually help, you know. But I don't know. Especially archery has lately been very deficient. I should also, while I'm doing this, I'll look at the leveled opponents to see how much I want to level before it's going to be too much. I've already passed the Draugr. So here's what I've already passed. Already beyond the max level of Forsworn, Draugr and Bandits. Seekers, werewolves, mages, dragon priests, except for the Solstheim ones. Yeah. So we're already at the point where it may not be. I'm starting to think it's going to be bad. Oh. Ah, wonderful. Especially with their health pool. I mean, like, my goodness. should be close. Whoop, wrong way. 96, we're getting there.
Good to see you, dear.
I was talking about last time, it's at about this point that the danger, the cumulative danger of certain high-level enemies, they start to bottom out as to how dangerous they are. Like, oftentimes you'll see, like, the next level up is 25. It's like, okay, I'll hit it 5 more times. And oftentimes the damage that much, especially with stuff like vampire. Because things don't use enchantments, and because of the way that damage is calculated with spells, a lot of things don't get much. I literally... I was gonna say they don't get much more hurtier. That's not English. Their offensive capabilities... point. Or at the very least, the relative increase is not as pronounced.
Good to see you, dear.
Than with a chunkier health pool. Which just reverts to the... Well, I'll just smack him a couple more times. Especially with the game environment that's created by Legendary, where you more or less have to whack things about dead. No matter what. A lot of times, like, at least in my case, if I'm mitigating the damage, I'm mitigating it to a point where maybe not indefinitely, but I can survive for quite a while, and if it's a matter of 20%, there's a problem. The whole idea was never to cut it anywhere near that short. There's been a few times where I've cut it a little close, but those are an anomaly. I can probably count those. In fact, I'd love to see someone... I don't think I can do this myself, but if someone could go through and see percent health-wise, what's the lowest I've gone? I'd be curious. I don't think it's ever been a sliver. I think there's been 1 or 2 times where it's been down to like about here. Roundabout. A lot, and the microphone may not be picking it up at times, but as always, if anyone has a question about something I said in the comments, you just write it out afterwards. Comment, and I'll let you know what I'm trying to say there. I'm gonna make this legendary now. Excellent. Keep going. there's a couple other perks I would very much like to get. Specifically, I think the conjuration that is useful. Actually, yeah. To get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe even have to get the master, because I would like to what are those called? 2 Atronox? Probably Storm Atronox. Those would be nice to have. We'll see though. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go down that route. Ooh. I could probably do this, and then that, but we'll see. I want to get to the adept as quickly as possible, because that should help quite a bit. I don't want to be stuck without a perk point to put into adept illusion, because then it's going to be even more of a slog. Speaking of which, 25, 50. Got it. I'll put 1 in at 25, and if it's very clear that I'm going to get another perk point by the time I hit 50, I'll put it in as that. Cushioned. Which cushioned? This playthrough is very helpful because, as I've mentioned before, there's a very high likelihood I am going to die, suffer a exceedingly painful death at the hands of some reasonable amount of heights. Actually, let me look at the fall damage calculation, because that might actually be useful now that I'm just like looking at calculations and such. So, the fall damage calculation it actually, given my health, takes quite a bit of damage to kill me with a fall. And with cushion, that would be even more. I could probably fall off of a moderate... I could fall off the roof and be okay. I could fall somewhere and be reasonably alright. but I wouldn't want to test it. There are some falls in, like, dwarven areas that I would not want to try. I'm also dreading the one fall. There's one that you have to do in a Dawnguard quest. We have to jump down an area. I'll look into that ahead of time. I may even prepare the Become Ethereal shout ahead of time if I ever need to drop down even into water. Because, you know, what if I fall on a rock? What if I, just miss the jump somehow? I don't want to lose the playthrough just because falling damage would be the stupidest way for that to happen. I have seen people with exorbitant amounts of cheated health. It is still a health, like, you can tank it if your health is high enough, but it has to be fairly high. I've seen people jump off the throat of the world and have been able to survive that fall. So, it's a possibility that my health may save me once or twice, but we'll have to see. I think it's very clear. I'm gonna reach another level by the time I hit 50. If not at 50, near 50. So I'll put that in now. Because I had actually slightly forgotten. I was like, wait a minute, what was that? What was the perk I wanted? And then that'll help out quite a bit in terms of reducing the weight of worn armor. Which, considering my carry weight is as low as it is very helpful, to say the least. It seems so distant when that was my armor set. Hey, it got me through some tough stuff. Did get me through some tough times.
Yes? What did you need?
I wouldn't be surprised if actually what's been keeping me safe bluntly, the only reason I'm alive is because I continue to put points into health. I mean, that's a linear increase every level, and considering what I was talking about, it's sort of logarithmic. Things bottom out as to how much damage they deal after a while. Probably under the assumption you're not going to be putting points every level. So, it's very possible that that logarithmic function and the logarithmic function of how much damage enemies are linear function of how much that alone may be a massive factor as to how I continue to stay alive, because I'm pretty sure even without armor I could take some hits. 600's a significant pool of health. Certainly one-shottable and legendary given the game state, but the fact that I have heavy armor at this point is only modifying I think at this point I'm pretty much at the armor cap, and that's modifying excessively high health pool. You know what? That's something I should do. Playing Hypixel, because yeah, that's something I do. One of the things that they do is they'll talk about an armor in terms of do you have, how much armor do you have. The armor is modifying the health. You know, it equates to a certain amount of health plus a certain amount of armor equates to a certain amount of health. You can actually do that calculation. I'm curious to see what my effective health is. And how it compares to enemies in the game. Because I would imagine at some point I may be at the level where it's like it doesn't even matter how well I boss level enemy has less health than me, even if I punched it. You know, less effective health. The whole idea of a boss is that it has, you know, a higher level of health than you, and that you have to, you know, fight it in a conservative manner and use whatever you have at your disposal. Meanwhile, I might be in a... No, I can just face tank you. So, illusion's gonna take a little while, but I'll be happy at 55 when I can get the conditioning perk. Because having to worry about carry weight's going to be more of a problem now that I have smithing to think about. Unsure as to whether smithing was a good idea overall. I mean, probably was. I was going to have to make a bunch of this stuff anyway. Probably going to have to make plenty more. Not even close to 100 enchanting yet. I think we're wrong way. Yep, 81. 19 more to go until we can get what we want. Smithing's at 32. And that was just crafting jewelry. Some dwarven bows into the mix. Good recipe for maybe even having the smithing done
I
before
think it'll help.
the enchanting. She's not carrying anything.
I can't wait to see the courtyard again.
I wonder. Yeah, you know what? I'll just use one of those. It's rather convenient. I'll just let it regen to full. Because I'm going to have... I should be able to make plenty of those. It's just like salt pile and whatever. Plenty of things. Salt pile garlic, I think, is a regenerate magic potion. I can almost certainly make plenty of those. I do have to remember to go reapply the Atronach stone, though. Because I do want to get back to combat at some point. In fact, don't mammoths give grand souls? Because I think they do. Because if they give grand souls, alchemy gear, smithing gear, and some alteration gear even, maybe. Hopefully I can make some alteration gear that doesn't require grand souls, but if I have to, I have to, you know. Actually, look at that. Yep. Mammoth. So, I could most certainly use that in order to make a set for alchemy, a set for... Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna need a ton of Grand Soul Gems. Yeah. Because I need one set to get just up to one set maybe to just get to 100% illusion reduction, just to grind out perks. Another... Oh wait, no, not even that. I'm gonna need a set of 5 for the end game. No, 7. Helm, chest, boots, gloves, shield, necklace, ring. That's 7. A set of 7 for my endgame armor. A set of 4 multiplied by however many times it takes to get the alchemy enchanting loop to bottom out. Not the fortify resto loop, I want to make that very clear. But the alchemy enchanting loop, which is in the game for a reason. Potions of enchanting exist, and why else would equipment of alchemy exist? Equipment of alchemy maybe, but potions of enchanting, I mean, like, come on. But yeah, however long that takes before it starts bottoming out. And then one suit after that for one set of 4 for smithing. So 4 plus 7 after the fact for a set of smithing gear and a set of endgame gear. So 11 plus however many it takes to actually reach the point where I'm not getting any better with that alchemy enchanting loop. It does bottom map after a little while.
Yes?
There's
What did you need?
diminishing returns. I can't quite remember how long it takes, but probably, 3 or 4 or 5 iterations. And then we'll just have to see. So yeah, to end, what I'm going to do is head over to Whiterun, and then over to the Atronach Stone. Probably end Stone, probably at the Darkwater Crossing, or wherever. See, I gotta fill these Grand Soul Gems as the TLDR version, because I'm gonna need that many and more. The best place to do it is with Mammoths, so. Plus, I can multitask. I'll go into that area and get to make potions, and thus level my alchemy quite a bit. Wheat Creep Cluster and Giant's Toe is a very popular potion to level with. At this point. Uh-oh. I'm not sure I can level Illusion anymore. Close. So, rip as soon as I have the heavy armor perk. And in fact, I think I'll leave the illusion gear at home. I'll put it in this knapsack. That sounds like a good plan. All right. Now, heavy armor. Real quick, because why not? Magicka, sorry. One more for the road. Kind of want to see it. Yeah, level up. Now. I'll keep on hand. Because it is still pretty useful. It's feasible I may want to level alchemy outside of home, you know. Alright. Definitely feel faster. That's definitely a help. What time is it? I'll sleep in my own house. White run, then over to, I don't know, maybe the Atronach stone, and then maybe just call it there. Bit of a grindy day, but I knew that going in. That's why I wanted to do it now. I just had a good idea. It's hard to have... I think I'll name the stream something else. Or at least have that in the first... in the start or end of the title as a working title when I stream. Like something like level 55 and still going strong. Skyrim Legendary without dying. Probably a good idea, because Skyrim Legendary without dying, episode 22, 23. That's a bit dull. You can understand why impressions may not be have a good click through right there. Also, I did want to test out this time slot. I think it does coincide with the East Coast dinner, and dinner a little bit too much in a lot of places. But we shall see. How long am I streaming for, anyway? Start at 4:45. It's almost 6:30, so an hour 45. been hard to wake up for nice morning sunrises lately. God, I can't wait for the spring. Being snowed in has made doing stuff for the channel very difficult. And, not just that, but I actually really like going outside and just walking around. I haven't been able to do that recently. It's messing with my brain. Should also probably buy a horse. But when I was using the horse, I found that it was barely faster than running on foot. And also, I kept having to dismount to do stuff. Horses in Skyrim are not fast enough to justify their use most of the time, I would argue. Oh, cute dog.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Saber cat. I'll soul trap it. Yeah, this actually does a fair bit of... protects me quite a bit. Could definitely try and use this to level up a bit. Nice increase in heavy armor. I'm not going to worry about grabbing pelts for leather armor just yet. Clear if that's necessary at some point. What level soul was that? Lesser. How many lesser gems do I have? 8. Might as well fill them.
Where'd you come from?
I got plenty of cure disease potions, so I'll use one of those. Could also say hi to the giants. Is it a good idea to fight giants? Probably not. At least not openly. But hey. I'm willing to give it a try. Two at a time is also probably a terrible... This distance... probably be able to take him out pretty easily. Plus, if my bow's doing this much damage to them, my sword should do a decent amount as well. Okay, that was clean. My own horn or anything, but that was clean. What's this cave here? I think I can handle it. How much damage do they do anyway? Can't be that much. I mean, knock on wood, of course. Pretty sure they might be able to give me a walloping, but... with you at all. Take a guess. I'd say it can be no more than 100. Maybe more than 100 because it can one-shot you. Power attack's good.
Yes? What did you need?
What do we got? Anything? Going home. Huh. I got beef. I'll grab some beef. Especially later in the game. It's my collection of food. I can sell or disenchant them, or maybe even use them to try and level smithing a little bit. Nothing here? I find that a bit hard to believe, but alright. This cave is weird. I think I've said this before. Maybe not here, but I've definitely said it. I prefer when I know where the danger is and can face it. Walking into that cave and not knowing where, even, seeing the cleared, well, until I saw the cleared, I suppose. Once you see the cleared, it's like, well. Going in there and not seeing a giant in the antechamber, expecting there to be one, makes me go, what if there's a, what if I'm missing it? I don't want to get snuck up on. Hello. I need to make more potions to cure disease. I think I should. It sounds like a very good idea. Now here's the beauty of the Daedric bow. That's probably just about all I need. Yep. I don't even think that hit his feet. That's probably... You don't need to account for vertical drop too much with this bow. And that's the way I like it. Plus arrow velocity is really high. close quarters, but my one-handed skill's pretty high level, and I really need to level up my archery. Clearly need to level up my archery skill in real life too, because hitting these shots is apparently incredibly difficult for some reason. Scaled horn armor. I'd rather grab... That might be worth it. I could find. Because it tends to be quite light, and you can upgrade it with a corundum ingot. Which is quite nice, actually. In fact, wait a minute. I don't have to go up the right side at all. I mean, dwarven smithing's nice because it's really good at, you know, if you get dwarven metal, you can make the... sell for a lot and are very good at leveling up your smithing skill. But I'm going to go up the left side because I can just as easily reach dragon bone armor there. And I think after that I might even just be able to go straight to Daedric if I want to, you know, increase the strength of my bow. Yeah, like, see, this is a fall I would not like to have happen. Got him. Come on, open that door. Come out wherever you are. Nordic's another thing that's really nice to grab and then just subsequently upgrade. But
Who's there? You won't live.
wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Why can't I shout? Why am I... There we go. Now it works. That's a really nice one to use some Quicksilver on, but I don't have the carry weight to lug that around. Yeah, I don't at the moment, unfortunately. But you know who does? Light switch went on in my brain. Carry this with me. But wait a minute. Someone's tagging along.
Can't wait to see the courtyard again.
And I suppose she can get some use out of it. Well, she's lugging it about. I should loot the other side. Even if it's just like useful. Plus, maybe there's some more scaled armor. It's the scaled and Nordic, which is really helpful because... Come on, let me look this up real quick. What does Nordic require? Needs... you need to have Orcish. Or, no. That's something... I read that wrong. Farmer's perk. To increase the... Which... Basically all the advanced armor stuff is really nice to get and then improve. Salt? Question mark? No. Darn. Garlic. That stuff. Nothing important. It amazes me my lockpicking skill is still so low. I'll find a master lock and just break a bunch of lockpicks on it since I have so many. That's probably better than what I got. I was about to say, it doesn't strike me that this guy would have anything, but glass arrows don't come cheap. By endgame, I'll have plenty of dragon bone arrows, just shoot at whatever. Except, notably, dragons. You don't use dragon bone arrows on dragons because they move too fast, you waste too many arrows. Plus, they look very stupid. Every other arrow has a, jagged or armor-piercing hunting or war tip. Dragon bone with the three-prong design. Oh, there's this place that has the gold and the trolls. I'll hop in here, why not? Nope, that's not something I want. Question is, should I do anything with regard to soul trapping? These should just be standard non-frost trolls. Soul size lesser. And I got plenty of lesser soul gems, so I'm gonna lean towards no. I'm just gonna shoot them. Oh wait, let's use this. Get in the habit of that. You know what, let's switch to... let's go with good old-fashioned steel. Oh, I wish there was something you could click that says, I do not want to pick up any skulls of any kind. Nor bowls. Nor wooden plates. Forks or spoons. Or anything of the sort. I would... Because never have I ever... a wooden plate up. Done plenty. When it comes to negotiating labyrinthian and such. You know what? I'll soul trap this unfortunate. Hitbox right there. No way that should have connected. There's a second one in here, I know. Yep. I was about to say, room's too big. No way there's just one in here. Again, that's a funky hitbox. So I think There's not much over here. Where are you supposed to go here? Hold on, let me actually look. Is there another chamber? Yep, another chamber, another troll. Just begs the question as to where the other one went. I guess there was another... Because I saw something up here. I'll loot this chest and circle back, because I actually want to see... That should be nice to... At the very... Hold on. Because I have Peerless, so that's not as good. But... That should be nice to, The bracers, so I can put a corundum ingot in there and sell it. So that's where that spits out. Let's see. I sworn I saw another passageway back this way. Because we came in through here. But you can also go up here. And there's something over here. Goat horns. And some very unfortunate bandit. Wrong way. Lovely place, by the way. I wonder if they intended that to go somewhere. I get the feeling some of these caves were like there was a quest assigned, and they were just like, ah, yeah, just throw some trolls in there. It's not to say that I'm sure they play basic, just, here's a cave with some mobs in it. Fight them, I guess, sort of areas, but, some places seem to look like they...
It'll be good to get out of the sun for a while.
Oh, hey, a bear. Can I soul trap you? Oh, wrong thing. Wait. There's a potion of Mind and Magicka somewhere in there that I actually picked up. Let's use that. Convenient. Very convenient. I just wish I wouldn't get an illness every single time I fought a bear. That's the most annoying thing, honestly, is just how often I have to use a potion to cure disease. I really wish there was a spell that cured diseases. In fact, I think I've seen that added in mods. Because it's such a pain. One moment. Let's see, do I take any fall damage? Very small amount. I think there's mages in there, so let's not. I don't have the Atronach stone, so. Right. So what I'll do is I'll get the Atronach stone, pop back to Darkwater Crossing, chill there for a second, and then call it a day, probably. Shouldn't be long. I'm just glad to get most of that grinding out of the way. I get the feeling it'll from here on out, but like there was just a part there where I really needed some perk points. I was at such a deficit that I need them and I need them now, so because I might trigger a dragon attack if I get too close. So I'll stay away a little bit. Yep, I hear the dragon. I hear the dragon. I don't have the Atronach stone, so it won't be as easy to tank. Oh, hey, wolf. You guys have any, no, you don't. I forgot about this. This is a conundrum. I don't really have the time to handle a dragon right now. It does look to be one of the ancient variety. Go fight a giant or something. I just want to fight one right now. Like, I cannot be asked to fight a dragon at the current moment. Good boy. Circle round. Beeline, beeline, beeline. Nice. I'm gonna grab some of these creep clusters because I need those too. And just Now that I have the Atronach Stone, I suppose if I have to fight something... Let's just make sure I have... Yep, we're good. If I have to fight a dragon, I can with the Atronach. But I'd rather not. I'm getting kind of tired. Oh, it's a dog. Hi, dog. Wait, did I just get a dog? Hi, dog. Incredible. You know, I'll head inside the mine, because that way I can be pretty sure I'm not going to get strafed and attacked by anything. And I can do all that stuff. Either way, it's been fun. I'm just glad to have the grind done, and I'll see what I can do for this Sunday. I really want to do for this Friday's upload, but I'm not going to stream again for that one. That'll see what happens Sunday. See what happens Friday. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Still, see you next time.